Hello and welcome back to part 2 of tonight's episode of Blades in the Dark. So, after a few discussions, I think tonight's score is going to be you trying to appease Half Ale, or maybe not appease him, maybe even do more than that, maybe make him happy.
I think that's a stretch. I have somewhat pissed him off today, so that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. You draw your own conclusions.
Yeah.
Merrick. So, you
Basically
decided
threatened him. So.
that one of the people he wants dead is this Una Pharos.
Yes.
This visionary young Sparkwright, who you've seen in a vision, who you actually went to university with as well, Merrick. And you decide that she spends her time between lecturing at the university, despite her young age, and Coleridge, where the factory of the Sparkwrights is. I think you decide to go to Coleridge, find someone, basically hope he knows enough information, torture him to giving it up, and then go from there.
Yeah, or perhaps we'll go inside the building.
Not just find the first random person.
Yeah, no, we'll go inside the building and look at the if this to see what sort of sign-in sheet or sign-in system they've got there.
Yeah, basically want to make sure that she's here or comes here.
Mm-hmm. Cool, awesome. So then, what load do you take him to do this?
I'm probably going to go light.
You're on light loads. You're going to blend in. You're going to look like one of the normal Doskvol citizens.
Can I go dressed in an engineering boiler suit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course you can.
A boiler suit.
Wouldn't be hard for you to find. You're pretty good at it.
Full boiler suit. And I've got my toolbox as well.
Okay.
So I'm carrying a toolbox with me.
Okay.
So I'm going to be normal load.
Go normal load, but you look like a scoundrel.
Yeah, or an engineer.
I feel like there'll be roles there.
Scoundrel engineer.
Scoundrel engineer. Yeah, okay, cool. So normal light.
He's got a toolbox for all his stuff, right?
Yeah. Just pull the gun out. Bang. Okay, cool. So, what is your point of detail and what is your plan of attack?
Are we going in stealthy or social?
Personally, I think we need to gather more information first. I don't know. I don't think we've got enough to formulate a point of attack, really. Yet.
That's what. I thought the point of attack was going to find someone.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess.
And the challenge might be getting into the. It depends. If you said to me you want to find someone, I think you could do social and the point thing as a contact, something more suitable. If you want to sneak into the building and get to the heart, that's stealth. The challenge, the point of is the point of entry.
Yeah.
It depends how you want to do it.
Okay. And what would talk our way in? Me dressed as an engineer.
Probably deception.
Yeah, I think deception. Yeah.
Should we go for that? If we get you suited and booted in your.
Yeah, I will. But
Merrick loves dressing up.
I don't look like an engineer in the slightest. I'm dressed like an engineer, but I do not look like one.
Yeah. Does it look like you're one of the, I don't know, one of the board members on for a visit?
Yeah.
You're wearing the hard hat that the politicians wear when they go on a construction site.
Oh yeah. I've got a clipboard. I've definitely got my clipboard.
Yeah, I think it's going to be deception. I think we're just going to try and talk away in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And try and gather as much information on the way,
and
then we'll modify our plan based on what happens. Really.
And flashbacks and
etc.
So one of my favourite things in Blades, you can get to the first obstacle. I feel with this engagement roll, absolutely fail it, and then be like, where do we go from here? We had a deception plan. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
We had our ambush idea, which was just it was not weeks of preparation. Yeah. It was just a bit of preparation that session. It's
stop. The stone doesn't
go
off.
Over. Yeah. Okay.
I guess it's an assault now. Okay, cool.
Engagement roll.
So, 1 dice for sheer luck.
Bam.
Probably my favourite statement in the whole game.
Mine's
particularly bold. It is, no one's really going to expect them just to walk in and torture them until find information out. Does it expose their vulnerabilities? No. Does it hit them where they're weakest? No. Does it hit them where they're strongest? No.
We're going to hit him where he's weakest.
Can you think of any reason not to give you 2 dice? Or to give you more?
No, 2 sums. I mean, we've gone through the effort of pretending to be an engineer.
Plan, yeah.
We've got a rough plan.
Yeah. 2 dice seems fair.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens when you get there. Let's see whether fate is on your side or whether it's more of a challenge than you expected.
Would you like me to roll the dice?
Yeah, you go ahead and roll the dice. You're the lead
Did
engineer.
I roll the one where we failed? Like in that
Probably.
Yeah.
Please. Thaddeus.
So you are in a desperate position when it starts, when it kicks off.
So I always let you do it. My hit rate is like 0 and 3.
What would be desperate for these? Okay. Let me just check something.
We'll get to do desperate rolls. We'll get XP.
Where is the
Cool.
a living body goes into electroplasm rules? I'm messing
So
up.
what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Yeah. It's actually the crematorium. You handed yourselves in.
Sometimes I listen to that and he says things which I do not like.
I half heard it at first, and it was
I was like,
that's not.
Oh,
wait,
Must
what?
just talking to himself.
You're a cruel man. A cruel man.
How much money we got?
So,
Let's see. 7's good.
desperate.
We need 16 to tier up.
How do you get that
Ooh.
much? Maybe you have to use you.
You have to use the full vault and full inventory.
But then it's 32.
Okay.
24.
24. Then 32.
Okay.
Is it?
Okay.
Okay. So, you go to the warehouse
Wrong
called
house.
yeah, it's desperate because you walked into the Lampblack's den. It's the only warehouse you know. So you go to the Coleridge, which, if you remember, was recently the home to many riots,
Correct.
which you guys started, which you are on the papers of.
Oh.
I debate that.
But you get to the factory okay, unmolested and unharmed. So Doskvol as a whole is filled with factories and choking soot clouds, buzzing electric lights, and the sounds.
You mean like
and
buzzing,
sights and
flickering?
those. Yeah, like just the noise.
Oh, yeah,
like just
yeah,
the electricity there isn't.
Shaky, yeah.
Yeah, it's shaky in some places. And for all of that, Coleridge is some of them. All of Doskvol is industrial, and Coleridge is some of the most industrial of the city. And you can smell it and you can see it before you get there. As those billowing industrial machines just pump black cloud into the sky. The streets are soot choked, It's the kind of place when you're walking down the street, you see sparks light from some welding machinery light up the shadows in the corner. Okay. So as you make your way through, surrounded by the industry of labour, swarthy men and thick burly work, and women, you make your way to the largest of the large factories, home to the Sparkwrights, the centuries-old guild and now full-time profession of the Sparkwrights, the people who craft materials and technology using electroplasm, the engineers who maintain the lightning barriers and develop new technologies to make life in Doskvol better. And Unafaros is the leading light of these people. You stroll in with the lunch crowd, blending into the crowd as much as you can. Some people do give you an odd look, Merrick, and some kind of give you a bit of a nod of respect, as if you're some kind of foreman. Other ones steer clear, possibly ones who don't want to be bothered with authority too much.
I make notes on my clipboard.
You get into the factory, and you're not sure where to go, so you pick a direction. You are intelligent scoundrels, you think, well, where's it going to be? The deeper in we go, where the real work happens, either we'll find her or find someone who knows her. As you begin to descend deeper into the complex, you at first stick with the crowd for the most part.
Yeah.
Following and people who are dressed like you, the workmen. But before long, you start diverting here, you go up a flight of stairs, you always looking to go deeper into this complex. And this factory is huge. It is huge. The sound and the thrum of metal on metal reverberates through the whole area, and even when it's at its the sounds at its dullest, you still feel it, the bassy vibrations coming through, just that hammering of large machinery against metal and other hard materials. And then from out the corner of your eye or through windows, you see the glow of electroplasm. You think of an industry, a real, like a molten forge. That's what this place is. And you do turn as you go into the heart of the complex proper, into what looks like some kind of electroplasm smelting vat. These large, big, circular. As you walk in, you actually see it tipping over as the electroplasm just runs down these funnels now, and you see various machinery and lights light up of the way as this yellowy, because electroplasm like yellowy green liquid, but the wisp of it coming off like a white smoke, which fades into nothingness. Almost you see the literal residual of a ghost or demon blood pouring through. You walk a gangplank above it and go down and round. And then you see what looks to be a blonde-haired young woman with a big pair of goggles on. And she's surrounded by several people, all of whom are kind of talking, making notes and discussing it as this happens, and they seem to be observed on some kind of gauge, or they're looking at something intently, this piece of machinery or measurement item against where this river electroplasm runs. And as you guys look up, and they see you and you see them, one of the larger fellows next to her says, "Who are you two? You shouldn't be here." And he's immediately hostile.
I'm going to act a bit indignant and kind of throw my weight around a little bit, and I'm going to say we've been sent by. Do we know? Is there like a guild or a central agency?
Sparkrights, yes.
Sparkrights.
The Sparkrights is the Guild of Sparkrights.
Yep, I'm sent by the Sparkrights. Surprise inspection, making sure protocol's being followed.
I mean, this is desperate.
I'm gonna set up Merrick by producing some documents.
You can't stop it being desperate.
No.
Oh, right,
to give him an extra dice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sorry, yeah. So the position is desperate, but sorry, you're totally right.
Yeah, I look into my toolbox.
I just assumed you were trying to get off the desperate, but no.
No. Whip out some documents and then hand them to Merrick.
Some papers, okay, cool.
So like work permits and like risk assessments.
Do you want to flashback to see how good they are?
Yeah, can do.
Okay, yeah. So what action would you have taken to obtain these papers?
Probably study.
Okay.
Had a look and remembered what I'd seen in the past from like maybe the military documents. Like the sort of way they work, and there might be some similarities, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Okay.
What's the position of that?
For this one, let me ask control standard.
Okay. So a 6.
6, you do it. So Merrick, you have some documents and papers.
Excellent.
You've been set up.
Cool. So I'm gonna basically tell him to move out of the way. So this could be
just so I pull it. You pull these documents out of your toolbox.
There's a little folder in my toolbox.
So clear. Okay. So you pull it out of your folder, which was in the toolbox.
It's a big toolbox.
The big toolbox. Okay.
Okay. So it's gonna be. It's going to be a command.
I'm not going to unzip my boiler suit.
Yeah.
It's going to be a command.
I love the fact that toolbox in our briefcase. Yeah.
So I get an extra dice from the setup.
Yes.
I have cloak and dagger. So whenever I use a disguise or other form of covert misdirection, I get +1 dice to confuse or deflect suspicion.
Okay. Boom.
I knew Barry would like this mission.
Desperate standard. Get your desperate XP as well.
You did not roll.
Oh, okay. Another XP. That's 2 desperates today.
That's really good.
Alright, let's go.
Oh man, you need that cell.
Do it with a consequence. Okay. He's like, so the swarthy gentleman, the tall, rather bulky one, and the others now behind him, and including Una, are looking a bit, what's this? Looking a bit, not put out, but suspicious, to say the least. He walks straight up to you, and he clears the distance between you up the gangplank and up those steps where you guys have been seeing in 3 swift strides. He goes, let me see those papers, and he snatches them off you. He starts going through them.
I'll as he's reading them, I'll talk to him to kind of not distract him, but just like sway him a little bit. I'll be like, nothing on you, gentlemen. Just with all the rights in the area, can't be too careful. Possible sabotage, Got to inspect the machinery. So I think I want to try and sway his opinion on that. Like,
okay, okay. This will be risky standard.
What was the consequence of the...
He's got the papers, but as he's doing it now, he's going to see how this goes, because this is going to go one of several ways.
Okay. He
believed you enough to not just go get the hell out.
Yeah.
But he wants to investigate it a little bit further and go, really? What? This is strange. I've not heard of it. Let me see that.
Yeah.
Thadeus set up, shaking his tool bag.
Cloak and dagger still apply?
So what's the word custom cloak and dagger? Yeah, and so you're trying to deflect suspicion, aren't you?
When using a disguise or other form of misdirection, +1 dice to roll to confuse or deflect suspicion.
Covert misdirection? Yeah, I think you're being quite covert. You're not being like, hey, look at me.
Yeah, exactly.
He's reading it, you're weaving the lie, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to try and sway. 3 dice. What's my risky standard?
Risky standard. 4, 4, 2. Okay. And he goes... This is irregular.
Regular times, my friend.
He kind of raises an eyebrow. Okay, like, if you say so. And he shouts over his shoulder and goes, "Hey then, you informed of this?" And the other guy now shouts over the din of the electroplasm in this like gushing rush as it goes down. And goes, "No!" And he goes, "Who signed these off? I can't make that signature out."
I'll put my hand out
and
go, "Look, we just need to make sure that the spark capacitors have not been tampered with," and I'll go into like massive as much technical like jargon as Thaddeus knows himself about sparkcraft technology.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to roll a tinker.
Yeah.
Because it's more to do with his knowledge of it.
Yeah.
I think if that
sounds
fair,
fair. You go
rather than a consort, I'm just going pure information output to try and get this guy to believe that.
Almost autistic in your details. Social norms be damned. I'm going to tell you everything I know. Yeah. Okay.
Do I get an extra dice for being an artificer?
What's artificer?
It's the one where I get like.
What does it say?
Well, I'm an expert in sparkcraft technology.
Which is why you meant the roll.
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm even allowed to do the roll.
Yeah, you're allowed to do the roll, otherwise no.
That sounds like a no.
So otherwise it'd be desperate, no effect.
Yeah.
It'd be like, the spark capacitors have overloaded the flux capacitor.
That's if Merrick tries to do this roll, that's what that'd be.
I think this will be, you do know it, so it's still risky. It's a risky standard I think still applies here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tinker. Okay.
Thinking. Hey, Devil's bargaining it possibly here. Get the extra dice, but regardless if pass or fail, he will keep his eye on you for the score. He will keep a close eye on you.
I will reject that bargain.
Okay.
And I think I'll just go 2 dice.
2 dice. 2 dice, risky standard.
Trip up. 2 dice. A 6.
6, you do it. You do it. You do it. So as he's trying to look for the signature, and he says, "I can't make it out the signature," you start just droning into the details. And as you kind of sit there, you kind of nodding and going, okay, the papers kind of check out. You got, not sure who that is, but that sounds unusual, but it's not unheard of. Kind of get that impression, like he's more like, "Oh, one of these again." I thought, like that attitude of, "I thought we sorted this out."
Yeah.
That fucking bureaucracy. And he's like,
People safe.
kind of half hands them, half shoves them back at you. And he's just like, "Right, we'll get on with it then."
Can we start working
within
earshot of Una, and obviously we just want to try to eavesdrop on what she's saying. Just get a good feel of it. Really.
Yeah, sure. What action do you want to take here as they begin to discuss?
As we walk up, it'll be like we're not here.
Yeah.
So we're actually taken to just get a hammer out and start hitting the wall. Like, what do you want to do?
Tinker. And I'm just gonna keep taking off a panel and then replacing it. Taking off a panel, looking at what's inside and going, nodding, putting it back on.
I make notes on my clipboard.
So, I mean, the tinker is so, if he looks at us and looks over his shoulder,
you do.
We look like we know what. We look like we're actually doing something rather than.
I'm going to take things apart and put them back together to make sure they still work.
Yeah.
Could you set us up, maybe by being, I guess, persuasive in your commanding of me, pretend you're my you're my superior, I guess.
I'm going to command Thaddeus, I guess.
I do not accept.
Do you want to lead the group action?
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. How would that work? Would it be me making a group action in this case? Would that be me commanding him to tinker?
I was thinking more.
No, you could just do a setup.
I was thinking of setup roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to get so you're pointing at things and I'm going I'm pointing at pointing and basically
That's a screw.
saying stuff to
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna command Thaddeus within earshot of the guy.
Let's have a go at this one. Okay.
Yeah.
I think because
I mean, he's already. I don't know.
I feel like
I'm gonna mess this up.
this guy is
you don't
not
have to.
100% on you.
I'll go too.
He's not 100% on you. What? It can go kind of either way. I think risky stand is not really listening to you, but how often have you commanded Thaddeus before? So it's a little unusual, a little alien.
When it's like this, is it even worth making that roll? Because I've got 2 dice. Is one?
You can take a stress to make it. You could take a stress to do an assist. Just one stress, do 1 die.
I'll just take 2 stresses too.
Oh, I'll give you a devil's bargain.
No, it depends. Yeah, go on.
Devil's bargain. You break something. And it will be a fortune roll to see how badly broken it is.
I don't think this is this critical. I really don't. I think I'm just going to take...
Okay.
I'm just going to take the 2 dice straight up.
And this is to convince him you're doing good work. You're working.
Yeah.
So you try and get close to listen over here by working along. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I swear this is going to turn into a Laurel and Hardy sketch in a minute. I'm hitting with the hammer and Merrick's going to put his hand in the way, I'll get his thumb. He'll be sucking his thumb, spinning around.
Merrick just
oil will squirt out into his eyes and he'll be
falls into the electroplasm.
Yeah.
Merrick's just going to assume that anything that Thaddeus does is right. So even if you break something, he'll just be like, that's really authentic. That's good, that.
I'll take the 2 stress.
You can take it 2, so because your teammate can take 1 to assist. Or you take 2 pushes, though, same effect. But
yeah, I mean,
you could take
Merrick
1.
isn't on great stress, but...
So 2 are you going to do?
That makes more sense. It makes more sense you commanding me.
Oh shit, what am I doing?
Merrick's on 1.
I was on 0.
No, Thaddeus is on 0, you're on 5. Yeah.
Okay, so 3 dice.
Yeah. So what do you do to assist him? Just so example, when you take an assist from the player, you just describe your characters to help. Because assist is more of an immediate thing, so set up as pre. Yeah. But while you're doing this is more immediate. Yeah. So what it's just more for flavour more than anything. This.
Yeah, it is just pointing at stuff.
Yeah.
Pretending to be the boss.
pretending the bowels.
Don't forget that in the spot there.
Yeah. That's a screw. That's a. Is that supposed to be going up and down like that?
Yeah.
What is this? I don't know.
There's your problem.
I've got my fine tinkering tools.
Okay. Taking out first load, fine tinkering tools.
Well, I got some. I had to check off documents as well. So to load down.
Oh, documents actually a load, or is it?
Documents.
It actually counts as a load, really.
It's I'm guessing it's like a file or something like that.
That's true.
It's difficult to keep on.
It's not a bit of paper folded up.
There you go. 3 dice. Let us roll a 4, 5, and a 3.
4, 5, and a 3. Okay. Try it close enough so you catch snatches of the conversation.
Okay.
As you begin to get closer, they do kind of take a sidestep.
Right, okay.
Not a obvious one, but let's keep it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And what you catch snippets of conversation. And what you hear is, you hear the words something to do with an alternate fuel source. Alternate fuel, that's definitely, you pick up that a couple of times. And then the other bit you hear is something along the lines of, the words, you hear like the odd word is, what about the last accident?
Okay. Cool.
I'm so tempted to pipe up because if they're talking about accidents, we could totally just be like,
And
what's this accident you're talking about?
I expect another. And it's being said to Una. She's not saying it. The guy is saying it to her, the large fella.
This is interesting though. Like I'll over the hum of the machines, I'll stand up and talk to Merrick, and I'll say, "Did you hear talking about an accident?
Aye.
There, or maybe there's our way of bumping her off. Make it look like an accident. If it's happened before, could happen again. We need to know more
details about this accident.
Yeah, we do. Maybe she has an office or something. Prowl, follow her, or even ask for a meeting. Yeah. So we'll just continue working towards.
Okay.
And as the crowd disperses, or like what?
Eventually,
how
they go,
does
yeah.
it?
So
how
eventually,
does the discourse sort of happen?
so they have the conversation. They seem to mark whatever they're marking off and observe this machine with the electroplasm as it runs through, and it's going through a series of gates. And you see each one seems to give more resistance than the last. They seem to be testing something to do with how much electroplasm it takes to power X amount. You get that kind of that's kind of the vibe you get, and you know a bit about here. It's definitely the quantity versus output.
Yeah. It's like the potency of the...
Yes, something like that. Okay. How valuable is this and how much can we get from it? They draw their conclusions, or what you imagine as their conclusions as you carry on working. That big fella kind of keeps his arms crossed and keeps looking every now and again. He nods. The small fella brings you a cup of tea eventually. Just kind of leave it there. Yeah. It's not great. It's alright. Serviceable. No sugar. Before they eventually do disperse out underneath the gangplank, out one of the doors, because you come in the top and went down the round, they go underneath it back into the complex proper.
So did they all go together?
Una went, one of the big fellas went off to a different door. Because there's a few, particularly one of the big fellas, there's a couple of big fellas. There's 5 in total, there's Una, and there's 4 other persons. You've know one was called Aiden, who was the one who shouted back, I don't know any.
Yeah.
You have the big, swarthy fellow, as I keep calling him. He stays with Una, but one of the other guys leaves, so a smaller crowd leaves out one door. 3 of them with Una go one way, the other person goes the other.
We don't want to lose track of her.
No, I'll say to Merrick, I want to have a look. Did it look like they were? Did it look like they were just? This was just a place to talk, or they were talking about this machine, or like?
It looked like they were observing something there.
Really, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll observe the machine, and obviously, if you could try and follow her, and then we'll meet back, and I'll mention like a noticeable landmark in the factory. So I'll say, I'll meet you back at the big green double doors or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Somewhere you've both walked through and know anyway. Okay, so you can retrace your steps.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Who
would like to roll first?
I mean, as soon as I'm there, like I'll roll study roll, to study it.
Study the machine.
Study the machine.
Yeah, certainly. This would be. I think because you're an expert, you're an artivist. I think this will be controlled for you.
Yeah.
The risk is still there that you could be interrupted, but no one's really going to question an engineer looking at the machine. So I think controlled standard.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I will allow you to make it desperate great if you start playing with it.
Oh, damn! Come on.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
yeah.
good. It's happening.
Yeah.
Desperate great. Okay, so you
we
start
love the
pressing.
I will be taking stress for this one though.
Thadeus can't keep his hands off it. He's gonna know.
And I start looking at it, and something catches my eye or intrigues me. So I get out a screwdriver.
Yeah.
And just like pop the panel.
Yeah.
And have a look inside.
Okay, desperate great.
3 dice. Oh! Thank God.
6.
I was looking at those two.
I was thinking, probably, like, what if he crits on this? Like, I'm thinking, what? What does he do? Like,
it is true. Like when we get to like these,
he discovers the fuel.
You plug into the Matrix.
Yeah, he discovers the alternate fuel source there and then. He first comes to it. Okay, yeah, 6. So you do it without consequence. You do it. What you see they're measuring, and you have no doubt about this, is they are testing how much electroplasm it takes to power a light bulb.
Okay.
And then you see they're running through various distances. So what they've kind of got hooked up is these gates it's going through, for lack of a better term, with lights on them.
Yeah.
You can see they're very resistant, which would likely be, and you see from the markings, their average city blocks. So it's how much it takes to power a city block.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the further away from the source, the more and more it's taking.
Yeah.
So you can see this is a replica of what would be quite a large part of Doskvol.
Okay.
And the amount of electroplasm it's taken to do so.
So they're basically just testing what normal electroplasm does.
Yeah.
So it's like they've got a control, basically. Do you know what I mean? Like they've got like a control thing for their experiments.
But what's kind of odd for this, because it's great effect, is this stuff's already known. This stuff is you thought it was well known.
Yeah.
It looks like it takes more than you've ever learned or thought.
Okay.
To do power this.
Okay.
And that's odd in itself. Like, that's like almost someone saying, your whole life you thought 2 + 2 is 4.
Yeah.
It's actually 5.
Yeah.
And someone's just like proving it to you.
Yeah.
It's that kind of.
You can't really get your head around it.
Yeah. Wow, that's strange.
Yeah.
Like everything we've been taught and shown, like that's odd. Like, and you start to think, well, is there something with this electroplasm? What's different? Why this one? But you can't seem to pinpoint it. You think this is odd. This is just strange. It's not huge, but it's definitely not right. But it is. It's in front of you. So it's very contradictory to what you've learned before as a spark, right?
From looking at the electroplasm and it flowing through this gate, I'm guessing it's not currently doing it now, but when it did do that, did I notice anything different to standard electroplasm?
No. It looks like it was standard fuel source. Now, you've never used electroplasm in this quantity before.
No, of course. And
what you can see together is that the more of it is, you can see the bigger discrepancy from. So using some bombs or weapons or kind of thing, it's fine. But on this scale to power entire city blocks, the discrepancy, only minor, is making a big difference.
Right.
You also know she is looking into alternate fuel sources, and you can't help but think back to Horth, where his boast,
and he had a light bulb as well,
that it was wasteful what is currently being used.
I mean, it starts. There are certain links, obviously. Harvell was there as well. Okay. Yeah.
So there you go.
Cool.
Meanwhile, I'm going to try and follow Una.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to try and just prowl to follow unseen.
Oh yeah. To follow hiding in plain sight, or are you going to try and keep around corners?
Hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
I think.
I belong here. I'm part of this industry.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to that looks interesting. Make a note. Follow.
They're not really. I mean, they're walking down corridors. We've all been to uni, right? You know what it's like when you go through those kind of quite scientific places, quite those.
Are there a lot of other people around, or?
Yeah, fair few. In this part, not a lot, but you see others. It's not quiet.
Yeah.
It's just not busy. So you can definitely hide in plain sight. To whether they keep spotting you and think, what's that guy doing? Why is he see the gun saying where we're going?
Yep.
So I think risky standard here. There's a risk you'll be caught, but you're not desperate.
Okay. I get a whole dice for this.
You do. You can push yourself.
No.
Devil's bargains.
I have way too much. I have way too much stress for that.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. I'm just gonna go with one dice.
Okay, feeling good. It's a new day. It's a new dawn.
Risky standard. We got a 4.
4.
Nice.
All is good.
Sort of nice.
Ish.
As you are walking down, and you're doing, you keep an eye on it. You see them in the corner of your eyes, never too far away. They turn the corner, you follow them, not too long. You see where they go. So you never, you're hiding in plain sight in the sense that you're around. You're not making it obvious you're hiding because you do like other people. As you come round one of the corners they've recently turned, you bump into what looks to be some kind of student or younger spark, right, who scatters a whole load of papers, and they go, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And as you start gathering them, you see Una and the crowd have kind of turned around and to see what the commotion's about. And the younger spark, right, says, "I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Do you know where the building A2 is? I'm trying to get there." And you see they're in a bit of a rush, and they're asking you where to go as they bumped into you.
Flashback. There's a big factory map on the front door of the factory.
As they look at you expectantly.
Yeah. What would Merrick do in this situation? I don't know the answer.
Get the fuck out my
Flashback,
face.
me too.
Get the fuck out my face.
Yeah, I'm going to flashback because we've been looking at this place. We definitely have tried to find maps about it.
Absolutely, I think these seem quite sensible. You guys would know that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you this.
Whether I can discern whereabouts I am in the building.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a roll.
I think it's probably going to be a study to figure out where I am, maybe?
Yeah, I think that seems fair, yeah. Study it, or to see if you glanced on the map when you walked in, the big ones. The big "you are here."
And I've tried my best to keep track of where I am in the building, but obviously when I'm following someone, it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and and I'm gonna just give him very general directions, just it's that way.
So risky standard.
Okay.
I'll agree that's bargain.
All right.
When he bumped into you, you're gonna have lost your papers, and he's gonna have picked them up. You've accidentally, in the hurry, you've accidentally grabbed some of each other's papers.
Do you still need the papers? That's the question.
I do not accept.
Do not accept.
I refuse.
All right. I'll just roll my study.
Risky standard.
Yes.
Fine, you do it with a slight consequence.
I roughly know.
You roughly know. So you send them off in the joke. You're like, wait, if I come in that way, the big green, double green doors. We turn right, which means we're going down. We're facing the opposite way. And if you run through that very quickly,
I will end it with, "I'm not usually posted here." It's that rough direction.
Seems fair. And he goes, "Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry." And he kind of says, he walks off, and you can see that they're clearly a bit of a rush. You see now one of the guys that you see before has kind of seen you.
Yeah.
Can you please start a clock?
Clock.
Discovered! Exclamation mark.
How big?
4.
4 whole ticks.
1 tick.
Eesh. That ain't good. I will fix that in a moment while you're doing something.
When you whip your disguise off and complete the clock.
Yeah. I love how the improved circumstance is actually a clock.
Take that off.
I'm just gonna remove
Take this off.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
There we go.
So discovered. Explain. Yeah. 1 tick. So the moment passes. Your breathing stays a little bit more. As you see, they now are entering a room at the end of the corridor. Una and the tall gentleman who seems to be by her side quite a lot, split off from the other two. They stop, talk, and you see them go separate ways. Una and the other gentleman go into a room, the other two continue on down the corridor and turn out of sight.
So, wait, Una went...
Into a room.
Okay.
Yeah, a door opened, they went into their room.
In that case, I'm going to bide my time and I'm just going to... is it a room from knowing the map, is it a room that would just have the one entrance?
Because you got a 5, it looks like one of the offices.
Okay, so I'm going to bide my time in this corridor then. I'm just going to...
Why don't you come and meet me at the designated meeting point and we'll go back together?
Yeah.
Thaddeus' voice
Echoes in it.
As we're developing fiction together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll go meet up.
Yep. And I will show you where
As
they
you
went
do that,
to.
you hear an awful loud ring of bells, and you realise it's lunchtime.
People are rushing by.
Yeah, exactly what happened is.
Oh God, get to the side!
Yeah. Yes, we're gonna have a bit of chocolate plum today.
Do you know where they are, Merrick?
They went into an office.
All of them?
2 of them. Who knew was with them?
Interesting. Oh man, I need to make a wiretap. Or like a
Some infiltration, some like spying device.
spying device.
So what's
Okay, yeah, I'll lead you back. I'll lead you back to the corridor if that's where you want to go.
We now get out our maid outfits, our janitor outfits.
I'm the cleaner.
You ever played like Hitman the Hitman games, and it's like he just changes outfits and they all magically fit him.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's just like an normal office. There's a door.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it seems like a plain brown door, small piece of glass in the middle, frosted glass, so you can see if someone's inside it, but you can't, see into it.
Yeah.
And it's just got Una Faris, doctor.
Well, we know where our office is.
I'm gonna do a flashback.
Okay. And you're in the heart of the complex now, so the complex proper. You have the industrial side, and now you've got the academic side. I see you're that side, the academic side.
I'll tell Merrick my idea first. We were here under the guise of discovering tampered with equipment. Perhaps I could tamper some of the equipment, or I've already done it.
I mean, I would expect nothing less.
Yeah, I will say I've already done it. So I'm going to tampered with some of the equipment to make it look like maybe some protocol has been overlooked, or maybe the right, the electroplasm equipment
Where you were before.
Where we were before.
Yes.
So I'm going to tamper with it to sort of like make it look like some safety precautions have not been taken into account.
Okay.
Like maybe something's been left to degrade, or something like that. I suppose, and just make it look like whatever we're testing, it hasn't passed the test.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
So is that any stress for that flashback?
No, that seems fine. You could have definitely done that.
Do you want me to tinker roll or?
Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. It's do a fortune roll using your tinker.
Okay. Sugar.
It's not risky standard. And the higher, the safer the tinker. Like the more deliberate you've done it without hurting anyone.
Okay.
So if you get like all ones, it's gonna be bad.
3.
Okay.
2.
So you think it's something you're like, yeah, I've definitely damaged it. I'm not sure how much it'll hold.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna blow.
And suddenly this turns into escaping the Titanic.
What?
I guess.
Did we get the impression that a lot of people work on that machine?
No, he didn't.
Okay. It's mainly Una's project.
Looks like it.
Okay.
That's why she's still quite shocked you were in there. You get as you kind of think, that would make sense.
Yeah.
That's why they're a little hostile.
Is it worth even going in then, or should we just wait until everyone leaves?
I think safety violations have been breached. I think we should start knocking down doors.
Okay. You can do the
I'm gonna bang on the door in the office.
I'm gonna roll for this.
Ooh.
5 and a 2. No answer.
Can we see anyone in through the frosted glass?
No.
We should pen a letter, put it through the door, just to keep our cover safe. And the letter will sort of just state that there has been a really bad, or an extreme overlook on the safety of this machine.
Yeah.
You will present yourself to, and we'll give our fake names in this case.
Yeah.
At the inspector's office at this date, or we will be taking legal action, I suppose, or whatever we usually do.
Yeah.
And I'll have a list of like documentation on the bring, including an accident report book.
Yeah, that's in the document. Yeah, accident report book. Yeah, that's quite interesting. We'll do
This
that.
factory has gone 12 days without accident.
Because they did say about accidents.
Yeah. We'll see if the report they're like properly recorded. I guess. Where are we sending them to? Where are we sending them to?
I was just thinking of just sliding under the door because we know they're in there. We know we've knocked.
Right.
Sorry, I don't mean to missell it. You can't see anyone inside the room.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
We don't know they're in there. Well, we don't.
Well, last time we saw them, they were in there.
Yeah.
But we'll do.
I've left since then, so they could have left.
Yeah, I suppose.
Since then. But yeah.
I'll say we can't just go walking in their office if we don't know that they're not in there. So this is the best we can do at the minute. This is a keyhole.
It's a keyhole.
I'll look through the keyhole.
What action are you taking?
Peer. I'll add a new.
Probably a survey.
I'll add a new action. Yeah, survey.
It's a keyhole. Looks one direction to room.
Who would live in a room like
I'm going to say risky because you might get caught. Limited.
Why not?
Risky limited.
Mr. Dan. 4.
I'm going to say reduced effect. You don't see anyone,
Yeah.
but it's a limited field of view.
Yeah. I just see what like a chair or something.
Yeah, you see like bottom desk and a chair.
Any feet under that desk?
No. That's as much as you say. So like I say, it's very limited.
I try the door.
It's locked.
Okay. I had to try.
Yeah, it's locked.
Hmm.
Rouse.
Fascinating.
You have to either pick it or kick it down.
Both of which look somewhat suspicious. Are there many people in the corridor at the moment?
Not really, it's lunchtime.
Oh yeah. Maybe they're at lunch. Probably.
Perhaps.
Is there any tools for? Is it thieves? If thieves tool a thing in this?
Tinkering tools.
There's
Tinkering tools do it.
There's
Right.
there's burglary gear or subterfuge supplies.
Oh, burglary gear will also do it, yeah, burglary gear. You can do a couple of things.
Tinkering tools would have it
I
though.
think tinkering tools would work.
Oh yeah, tinkering tools.
I'll try and unlock the door.
Okay, well actually take them.
Tinker.
Okay, yeah.
Or is
will
it finesse?
You can do either.
I will keep a lookout.
Finesse would be easier because you're literally trying to pick the lock, right?
Yeah.
Tinkering tools, you could do it. It's not, I guess, mind you, you're tinkering with the lock. I think tinker would be limited.
Okay.
Finesse, dexterous manipulation of your hands would be. Tell you what, let's actually check the action. That's a really good one. That one.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
There's a huge overlap on this one. I mean, I could honestly see it either
Using
way.
tinkering tools to do something.
Tinker. You fiddle with device's mechanism, you might pick a lock. Safe.
Okay.
There you go, boom.
Yeah.
In that case, then risky, can you make it call risk standard? Yeah,
Risky standard.
You do or you don't, yeah.
Okay, 2 dice. Let's roll. A 1 and a 1.
On the
Wow!
One. On the 1.
Are there critical misses in this game?
Unfortunately not.
Fortunately not.
You feel the break and then you hear it and then you see it when you pull out your file and it's snapped off in there. You can either proceed but desperate because that you get and try and get it and fix it basically and go back in this. Now hard to do it because you've just partially fucked the lock. Or you can leave this and try a different way.
I'm going to just hiss, what's taking so long at you?
Thadeus looks at the lock.
Yeah, but if you leave it, you've left it. Like a key won't get in there. No, not easily.
Looks at the lock. Inspects it closely. Looks back. Stands up. And then puts his foot through the door.
Yeah, I mean, what is it, like wreck maybe?
Wreck,
yeah. It's quiet. I'm going to say it's a very controlled standard. It's quiet, like, it's really quiet.
I've got a plan.
Okay, yeah.
It involves mayhem, but...
I mean, it has to, for your experience, right?
Control standards.
Right.
You're kicking down the doors,
Right.
that's what you do.
4.
Just about.
The door slams open and reverberates off the wall to the side. There's no one in the room, and then suddenly you hear a crack. And where it's hit a table. It's knocked off a huge potted plant, and it's just soil and mess all over the floor now.
Okay. I casually stroll over to a desk.
Yeah.
Like pick up some papers.
Yeah.
Get like a big bundle of them.
Yeah.
And basically, actually no.
And there is a scattering of papers on the desk. With several photographs.
Is there anything in the room, like mechanical or otherwise, that would look combustible?
I mean, other than the paper.
Yeah, other than like self-combustible, so like a mechanical device.
Oh, it's like an exploder.
Like
Not really, no. It's definitely an academic room, this, as opposed to like a workshop. Anything like that, you imagine you probably keep in a different workshop.
Did I notice any of them?
I mean, you've got like the lights, but this is she's a lecturer at the university as well. You can see this is where like probably like a lot of writing and notes gets. It's academic, this part.
I'll ask Merrick. I'll say, did you see any of them smoking on the way back to the office?
Smoking?
You didn't know, and you would imagine it's probably highly restricted here for obvious reasons. So if someone was, it'd be, for bad.
Okay, I'll just search a desk.
Okay. Anything you're looking for particularly?
I won't search immediately on the top. I'll go in the drawers and see if there's any hidden compartments, so like knocking the desk and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, sure. What's be? Guess survey study.
Yeah.
What's Merrick doing this time as well?
I'll look at the top papers. I will study the top papers, see if there's anything.
Okay, so you're.
I guess it's kind of a group action, really,
Yeah.
to study.
Oh, you could do that.
We can both study.
You can both study and do it that way.
Who's leading?
The highest roll. Like, you're doing the top. You're doing the top.
Yeah, we'll both do study. And,
okay. Who's leading it?
I'll lead.
You're leading it. Group action
I'll
study.
look at those top papers. Right, let's go. 4 and 2.
5. So no
5,
stress.
and you have a 4 to 2.
But the 5 to get, or the 4 and the 5 to the highest. So there's a lot of them. There is whole bundles. The ones on the top, which you can see, So first of all, you see there is a series of articles or a lecture called "The Industrialization and Ethics of Doskvol," and this, but you imagine her handwriting. This is her room. Circles, underlines, cross, rebuttals. She's deconstructing the argument. You then see another one which is titled "The Energy of Doskvol" by Una Faros. This is some printed works. The topics are the marvel of plasm, the condensation stage, fuel plasm, condensation stage, refining, and it goes on and on. And as you flick through it, you see it's as you kind of get in the surface notes of this, and this is a whole book, like half a book here. It's explaining quickly that you read some stuff like plasma is compressed life energy. The key to insight, to grasp the understanding of plasm is to steal from materials that have already condensed life force into themselves, whether using Leviathan blood, so full of life, that even separated from its host it remains undying, or electroplasm, a force of life so enduring it survives death itself. The process requires saturated and extensive materials to distill, and it's espousing the cost and the inefficiencies of it. And then it starts to talk about alternate energy. As you're going through the desk and you start pulling out various documents and papers, and there's one at the bottom there's a desk, one at the bottom that is locked. The bottom drawer is locked.
I'll tinker with a lock to try and open
it. Risk stands.
5 and 1.
Worse locked, but you've got worse tools, so it's still the same. 5 and 2. Okay. It takes a little longer than you like. Okay. And you start to get that bit of titchy off, like, come on. Come on. In it, it's several photographs and a list of names, and then you realise in the photographs all the people in them are dead, and they're dating back quite a few decades. And the papers with them relate to these deaths. You realise the photographs are of these deaths, and she's got a list of these, and each one you look at is an accident. It's like fell into the electroplasm, loose railing. And it's a list of various ones over time, and there's several underlying question marks against them, and it's kind of stapled together as if she's somehow keeping track or tally of them.
I've got no idea, Dan.
Do they all look just like generic work accidents? Just like falling over railings?
This is going to be an action roll. See how much you discern here.
Okay.
You're not a spark, right?
Nope.
But you are an intelligent scoundrel.
Nice of you to say that.
And you are the kind of person that looks for deception in things. So, this could be, what do you reckon, a study?
I think probably study, yeah.
Look at a document and see what you can discern from it.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Oh. Limited. Is risky limited.
Okay.
No, control risky because you are looking, but you're rushing it and feel like you're rushing it because of the time.
Risky limited, let's go!
Limited.
1!
You can't tell. You can't tell.
Okay, they just look like whatever, generic accents, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah. Something grabs your attention, but you need time to study it, but you can't work it out right now.
While he's looking at that, can I tamper the lock to make it look like it's been forced?
Yeah, sure.
Like with more, so basically just jam a screwdriver in.
Oh, you can do that for
just
free. Yeah, you just do it.
Yeah.
You just wreck it.
I think I'm gonna leave like I'm gonna take every paper which looks like it might be confidential.
Yeah, which is most of them.
So I'm gonna take them, and then all the paper. Is there a lot of would I have to take a load to get all the papers?
You would. Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a load to take all the papers. So I'll just stick that under gadgets, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave like a quick note. It's just going to say regards, and then it's going to say like one of her rivals on it.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to say regards, and then one of her rivals on it.
Yeah, one of the names you read earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm guessing we want to get out of there, don't we? Really?
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else of note in the room.
Not particularly. It's relatively sparse.
Yeah.
There is a whole load of books, like a whole load. There's the potted plant that's smashed on the floor, so clearly intruders have been here.
Right.
But then you don't really care because you've just damned the lock and forced it. But no, it's a typewriting station, which is clear writing notes, pens, papers, and books. That is it.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll get out there. I've got an idea where we can lure her by herself at least. I can basically say, hold her to ransom with these notes, with the notes and this logbook which has people dying on it.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do something now, I don't know. What do you think our next move would be? We'll discuss this as we're walking away.
Yeah, sure. So you leave the room. Did you close the door behind you?
No, we'll make it look like it's been
okay, sure, yeah.
Been opened.
Okay. So walking away.
Our next move. So we don't know where she is now. Like, if we could find something connecting these accidents, then because the original plan was to make one happen to her, basically.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we just need to have a bit more time to read into the notes and have some, read it alongside her papers. We might be able to get some more information from that. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good idea. I'm guessing from these papers, it's like a PhD paper or not a PhD paper, but like a scientific paper where you've got numerous people working on that paper, so you can see who her known associates are, or not.
Yes and no. What you know is that you would think that, and then you get to the point it's not a lot. It's just her.
Oh right.
She's cited sources and references,
but she's had no collaborators.
No, this is all her.
Right.
Yeah, and you can see again this visionary ideal of her, she's the one who's thinking outside the box. She's the one really pioneering this. No collaborators. There are some, with thanks and with help, but it's mostly her. It's 80% her work.
Okay.
There's, if she stands she's standing on the shoulders of giants, but she's the one standing tall.
Okay. Based on what we found, as I left the room, I'll take up the scrap that we posted on the door, and I just like rip it up.
Okay, yeah. Not only have you been broken into, you've got some real safety violations. Yeah. Okay. So
or maybe,
guys.
would I leave it? Would that cast more suspicion on us or less? You know what I mean? Like the fact that happened and that, it's like...
Leaving what?
Like,
You wrote a letter saying, you've got some safety violations.
Ah, right, yeah, that one. Oh,
what do you think?
I forgot about that letter.
We're just walking out. Can I leave it or take it with
I think we should probably take it with us.
As you're walking, you pick it up as you're walking, slide into one of your pockets.
Rule number 9, one alibi, not 2.
Honest Gov, I was here, ask him, and my other mate seen me over there.
Yeah.
Honest Gov.
Gets messy.
Okay.
Weave the truth into the lie. So you've got incriminating papers, or not incriminating, but intriguing papers.
Yeah.
And there's accident logbook and pictures of deaths.
I think maybe.
And you see, they're not. The only one recent one, the latest recent one's like a few years ago.
Yeah.
They go back decades.
Oh really?
We've got a bit of almost leverage now. So should we go back to that machine and see if there's anyone around it, or?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's go back to the machine.
Okay.
Is there anyone around it?
Not yet, but imagine the hour's coming to an end now.
So like people are going to start milling around and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
It's just a few people milling around.
Okay.
It's like our game. Like, how do you want to play this? Do you want? I guess should we do this as like another score, like killing her, or do you think we do it like now? I don't know how much time we got left.
I mean, easy. Whatever you want to do. You guys will do it. If you want to take stock of what you've got, you can do. If you want to go after it, you can do. If you want to maybe do a bit of both,
I think I quite like the idea of just leaving at that point and treating this as a gathering information type score. I think it's just cool to do this as two scores. We've never really done that before.
That works.
And I think that's what we do because we're kind of at that bit of a dead end.
Because I think we're going to definitely take this one a bit more like business-like.
Yeah.
And we're instead of just basically getting her by herself and popping her, we're going to, I guess, mingle in a bit of I
think it's quite intriguing.
Academic intrigue, like you say. Yeah. Like we're going to try and leverage
score. You went into the score going to do one thing, and you found something that could go in a very different direction.
So we are going to try. I think we. I'm guessing you want to do this, but I'm guessing we are going to try and formulate an accident for her, as long as we can find out what this accident is.
Yeah.
And then perhaps
sounds good to me.
Push her buttons in a way which would get her in a position where she'd put herself in danger.
Yeah. You have already sabotaged the machine.
Yeah, but I don't think it's to the level where I just literally pulled out a capacitor and
Fair enough.
I got a 2, didn't I? So.
Yeah, you got a 1, which is bad.
Because
we said if didn't recall, you might have heard. Watched the video. It was said a 6 is a controlled.
Oh right, okay.
It's controlled.
Yeah. We got.
It doesn't matter. That is likes mayhem.
Okay, I got a 4.
Well, la-di-da.
Someone's gonna get badly burn a hand.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, fine, but
Thadeus gets an itch on where the fire or just straight to him. He got away with it, but he's just a little bit of a scar there.
Yeah. No, I liked it. I like the amount of information we've got. I like what we can do.
Yeah.
Yes. Intriguing.
So, unless there's anything else you wish to accomplish,
no.
Make your way out subtly but quickly out of the large factory through the soot-stained streets of Coleridge. Are you going back to the?
Yes,
see you later.
Silken News.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything you wish to accomplish or?
No, I didn't think
with those
so.
maybe you can take downtime to look at them. Not downtime. You can take free time to look at them now. Far more control. It's controlled.
Yeah. I think we take some.
You should look at them because you're more.
Okay, yeah. I'll have another look. I'll have another look and see if I can. I'll have a look and see if I can
solve the
connect
puzzle.
the
I think on this, one, it's controlled. I think on this, you're going to get a setup as well, and very much the setup is literally you've got time to study them now.
Yeah.
Whereas before,
I'm in my workshop.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You couldn't get a better time to sit down and go, I'm going to look at this. So I think you've set yourselves up by bringing them back to a controlled area.
Yeah.
So I think controlled with the setup.
Okay, so that's 3 dice,
Yeah.
controlled, standard.
So controlled standards, yes.
Yeah. 3 dice. 5.
So you do it. With a consequence. You do it with a consequence. It takes a lot longer than you like.
Okay.
And to push further, you will have to stay up for the night or do it a different day, which will give you a lack of sleep and will basically you will take half exhausted if you carry on.
Okay.
So you can carry on, just like before you decide. Were you looking at, because you're going to choose one or the other, the paper of the Energy of Doskvol or the accident books?
I think I'd like to look at what did Thaddeus do?
I'd like you to look at the accidents, but I think Thadeus will probably look at the paper. He's already decided that Una's kind of someone that.
I think he'd look. Like,
I mean,
he'd like hear Merrick's voice in his vote. Okay, look at the accident books, and he'd like
you're learning off each other.
Like start like reading the accident books, and like his eyes would just like keep slowly going
just
to like
there,
like he'd slide over a paper and just like start like reading it, and then he'd like okay no, the accident books, and start like yawning, and then just get enamoured in the actual papers.
You're going for the papers?
So I'm going for the papers. Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of it is relatively dry, except for her notes. And as you're reading them, you're like, wow, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And you can't help but feel a bit of, I don't know, it's up to you. Is it begrudging, but there's definite respect there?
I don't think it's begrudging. She hasn't done anything to Thadeus.
Yeah.
All she is like a hit that he's made a deal with the devil to kill. So he's begrudging in the fact that he doesn't really want to kill her because she comes from the same stock as him, really, and it's it was bad, really. I think in this case.
So she's one of those very rare people, very rare, that is able to make large leaps of logic, and as such breaks through either misunderstandings or misconceptions, and is able to advance quite quickly. Hence her young years. You're looking at her now. You know from what Merrick told you, she's mid-20s.
Okay.
So she's well ahead of her game. You know, Thadeus is what, late 30s?
Yeah.
Like so about
40,
15, 15 or so like years older than her.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there going, she knows more than me.
Yeah.
I spent my life doing this.
Yeah.
There is a definite correlation between the more electroplasm that is used and the power output that is recorded. It is not as efficient as you've been led to believe, especially used in large quantities.
Is that like large volumes are less efficient, basically?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Especially to power lightning barrier to sea, you know how it is definitely powered, but it's obviously taken far more than anyone is admitting.
Okay.
And she's like disputing this point. And she's also calling out that there's basically people are hiding this for whatever reason.
Okay.
And then there are some hints into deeper information that the Leviathan hunting business is by far and away the most richest and profitable business in the city.
Yeah.
Each of the council families owns it.
Yeah.
They all have their own ships. And that if something were to happen to that industry, it would hurt a lot of very rich people at their source of income.
Yeah.
So it's in their interest
Okay.
to make it seem like there is no alternative.
Yeah.
Because it keeps the status quo.
Yeah.
And she is arguing against this for the betterment, she claims, as you start to read this now, of Doskvol and in turn the wider world, where everything relies on the electroplasm. It's the fossil fuel versus renewable energy.
Yeah.
Is that kind of argument?
Or like the example that comes to my mind is like the canals versus the railway, like in England, because like the canal people used to like hire people to basically like trash, like rails and stuff like that. Used to go out and say, "Oh yeah, just go throw some stones at those workers on the Manchester to Liverpool line and stuff like that." It's like people resisting change because it makes them rich. So it's that sort of thing. Age-old technology versus capitalism. Yeah,
it is. And that's why in the industrialization ethics of Doskvol, which is one of the most lauded manuals of the processing and the application of electroplasm, she's going, nope, wrong, incomplete.
So it's like a big conspiracy, really.
That's what she's implying.
For the upper echelons to keep a monopoly on the energy.
That's what she's implying, yeah.
Interesting. Goes all the way up to the top and back down again.
Yeah.
Well, I tell Thaddeus is like really, really interested in this, and like comes to Merrick in the morning and like starts like basically just like giving him a lecture on like what's happening, like connecting the dots. And then I'm guessing you asked me about the accident book over and over again, like what?
Yeah, I think Merrick doesn't quite get it. The whole like, okay, so you were told it takes this much and it actually takes this much. Like, what's the problem? Like, what? Who cares?
It's those upper crusters keeping us down. Can you imagine if Coleridge was lighted all night and they had clean, renewable energy?
It sounds like you're taking a bit much of an interest in this target's work.
Look, I just don't like it when good ideas are suppressed. I mean, even for our drug output, you know, if we had a better way of producing, you know, it helps everyone, doesn't it?
Perhaps you should be the one to
Helps everyone.
continue her work when she's dead. Then
she look, I don't like to say I'm not learned in the subject, but she knows far more than me. I don't think I'd be able to. I mean, she's a visionary. Very impressive. Very impressive. I don't want.
And the accident book.
I tried looking at the accident book. It's so dry. So and so was killed on so and so
I was
day.
looking at it. It's not an accident book. You come to realise this now. It's one that she's got herself. She's done it herself.
Oh right.
It's like
okay.
her own investigations.
Oh okay. I'll just say.
It looks like she's investigated them.
Comes to realise like, yeah, it's not an accident book. It's one that's where the photographs come from. Like some of them are really old, but looks like she's done this. She's investigated it. And there's more than one set of handwriting on that book now. You come to, on those documents.
Right.
You come to see it's not just.
You said the deaths are tens of years old, or
yeah, some of them are real scattered. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, it's an ongoing thing. Look at this Look at this book. It's got deaths from 20 years ago. She was in a crib at that time. I think we're on the wrong side on this one, Merrick. If we could take a side, we made a deal with the devil, didn't we?
Quite. Then what?
I don't.
Then if it's not her research that's causing these accidents, has the study into alternative fuel been going on long?
I
Or is that just hers?
Lewis knows what's going on. I don't know whether Thaddeus does, because he didn't look into the accident book. Is there some way that it's not a hit book, is it? They haven't been taken out by accident by the upper crusters. I think that's exactly what this is. Can I make like research to see whether these names are like scientists? Or
Yeah,
like,
certainly. Yeah, you can do some surface reading or go to like
some
libraries.
surface reading,
Yeah,
go to libraries. Or even like if one's, what did you say? Like the last one was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a few years ago. Like the latest one's about.
Like if he has like an obituary or something like that, or something, you know.
Certainly, control standards. You know, you look in
Study.
the papers. Yes, you can say it's not hard to find information about people. You know, you're not trying to do off too deep. You're just trying to find out who they are, the background, right?
Yeah,
the base background. Yeah. You know, the
Just see
Doskvol
what they
version
do,
of Wikipedia.
what they're known of.
Yeah.
Known for, sorry.
Yeah, certainly.
Study. A 4 and a 4.
4 and a 4.
Rolling doubles tonight.
You only get a few because they go back. Some of them go back years,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
without spending time to do it, like a datum action or something like that.
Yeah, that's
It's good hard, but what you get from the few most recent ones is they are all spark rights.
Oh, okay.
And they were all, like the most recent one was talking about, was indeed talking about alternate fuel sources.
Cool.
And each one suffered an accident.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we're just continuing the tradition.
It seems that way.
We don't have a choice in the matter. I'm just going to walk out.
Thadeus is just like looking over the papers and shaking his head.
I think, unless there's anything else you
No.
want to do, that's what we
We're
leave it tonight. As Merrick walks out of the room saying, we're continuing the tradition, and Thadeus just stares at the papers.
Yeah.
This visionary's work.
I'm not doing anything to help your paranoia. Like,
Oh, what a way to leave it, Merrick. The shadow of Merrick leaving the room. Right, guys.
This is the worst. Why are you making us do this, Matt? Okay.
I honestly thought when you were like, we're going to go in the room, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Genuinely okay, yeah. Like, you know, that's why I love RPGs, you know, this entire path, like, you know, like just segmented off. But if you didn't know that, you might do this, which brings up a whole new path, and that's what's amazing about these games. It was in that room, and I was like, throw a rating is. If you don't go in, that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, guys.
Okay.
quite a short score. I think it's probably the shortest score so far.
Yeah.
But I think
that's because you
we were efficient.
you're efficient, but also I think for me, what was really interesting today was like. You could have gone like you don't kill her. You could have done like you know. I was like, at one point I did genuinely wonder, are you going to try and push her into something? You know, I did wonder, like, what are they going to do here? Like, you know, it's that you found this thing out and it's made you question it.
Yeah.
You know, but right or wrong, or you know, you take it away and you make another one, i.e., you make an accident. Like, it's just like you got in the middle of the score, you got new information.
Yeah,
you discovered new information and
changed
it.
And I think like.
Which
we've
is-
been quite brash, like the last few scores while we've been at war and stuff like that, because we've had to do things to enact change, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's quite nice taking a more studious and sort of like intriguing approach to it, and just like finding out all the information before we make our move is kind of
I found this great. For me, just seeing what you guys did was the most, you know, really, really interesting for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, guys.
We'll talk more about this in the post.
I think that was actually one of my favourite scores as well. Like it was really, really good. I really liked it. Yeah.
Merrick threw his weight around.
Yeah.
Bumped into someone at some point. Literally. Awesome. So, guys, as always, thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. A little bit of intrigue and mystery in the halls of academia.
And conspiracy.
It
goes all the way up.
It goes all the
All
way
the way
to
up.
the top, man.
Follow the money! Follow the money!
Who benefits from this? As always, we'll be hanging out after the credits to discuss tonight's episode, to run through our experience, or depending on what the gang's experience. Our next episode will be live, as always, 7 PM UK time, next Saturday, here on Guild of Gaming on Twitch. And if you can't wait till then, or you want to watch tonight's episode, as usual, the first part will be up tomorrow, 7 PM YouTube, Guild of Gaming on YouTube, and then part 2, the score, will be on Monday night as well, so you can catch your Blades in the Dark fix. The Blackwater Exchange can give you their fix one more time before next Saturday. I think that's it for now, isn't it?
Yeah, follow us on Twitter for
always, yes,
like updates on when we send out the episodes. Follow me on Instagram. I'm currently doing an Idenith Deep King War Age of Sigmar army, which I've got some of them together. Some shark boys.
I was chatting to Lee about that last
girls.
night. The guy who plays him.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned you're doing it.
Yeah, he didn't even have to sell me. Like he said, oh yeah, they're underwater elves that are like pirates, I suppose, and they steal souls. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. What is it? They're soul hunting pirates riding sea monsters.
Yeah. Do you need any more reason really?
So
Instagram
social media.
That,
follow us. Awesome. Check us out. Communicate. We love to speak to you guys.
Dan, you're back up and running with some videos and your YouTube channel, I believe.
Mindez,
I am. I'm aiming for an episode a day this year. That was kind of one of my New Year things.
365 and 1/4 episodes every week.
We need to play.
Quarter of an episode, yeah.
At midnight on the last day of the year, you got to go over an episode.
Yeah. I'll do it. Don't worry.
Awesome. So we've got a couple more shows in the pipe books. We mentioned Betrayal before Christmas. We are still doing that. We're getting all together to make it awesome for you guys. Make it fun and engaging for everyone, including the audience. A couple of ideas coming up. So check the channel out, because soon we'll have other ones coming for you.
Hype!
Coming at you live.
Hype.
But I think that's everything, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
As always, thank you for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week. But until then, from the conspiracy-driven streets of Doskvol, we'll see you in the dusk. Have a nice evening.
Goodbye.
Bye. Welcome back. Time for experience.
Woo!
XP.
Levels.
So we know
Rewards.
we know Matt's favourite part of the game. We know my favourite part of the game. What's your favourite part of the game?
Every part of the game is my favourite part.
That's such a cop out.
Getting crits.
Getting crits, yeah, I know. Yeah, you get enough of them. You got 2 last week. What the hell's that about? Whose turn?
Yeah,
is
my
it?
favourite part is entanglements, and there's a couple in the works still.
That's upsetting. Is it me or you? I think it's you, isn't it?
I think it is me. I think it is indeed me. Who did you get? How many? You got 1 desperate roll.
I
right?
got 1 desperate. You got 2.
I got 2. I'd be loose in desperate rolls.
You had 1 for the for Harker. Did you? Was that the desperate roll? Was it Harker?
I think it was Hark. Yeah, it was. Yes.
Yeah.
I was properly straining our relationship.
And then the
But it worked
entanglement
out.
roll was you, because we did fail. The
Yeah, you were the
entanglement
first
Yeah.
one to step up.
Yep. The engagement roll.
roll. Engagement, sorry.
Cool. So that's 2 experience for desperate actions.
2 indeed.
Deception or influence.
Oh my god, I mean, all of it. All the deception, all the influence.
Yes.
Yes.
All the deception, all the influence.
We just need to do scores like this because I got like loads of technical skill and mayhem. Well, not so
Oh
much
yeah,
mayhem, but, like,
yeah.
You know,
Deception score into
it's
into
quite
a
good for us
factory.
both.
Yeah, oh my god,
you know,
absolutely.
breaking
Yeah.
places and stuff like that. Yeah.
Beliefs drives heritage background.
Laurel Hardy becomes Sherlock and Holmes by the end. Sorry, Sherlock and Holmes, Sherlock and Watson. Sherlock and Holmes.
Beliefs drives heritage or background.
I think there's at least one for the beliefs, 100%. Because for me, several times Thadeus was leaning, and you were like, "No, we've got a deal, we've got a plan, we stick to it." So at least one for me. Several times that come up.
Yeah.
Now I think that can also give you one. I think it gives one for both internal conflict of the crew. I think it's one there,
Yeah.
but I also think it's one for your belief because you were driving that. Now, 'cause you could have easily gone along with it and gone, yeah, that's cool, but it was.
There was a bit with Harvale as well where I don't know why he was acting like this, but like
Yeah.
Merrick got it in his head that like he had something to do with it and he wanted to know why, and then he was
Yeah.
like rude to a demon. Like, so, like,
And then he was rude to a demon.
yeah. So I'm sort of like, yeah, that's
Don't
pretty
you ever
Merrick.
come in here.
That's pretty Merrick thinking he's above his station a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that comes in.
It's one of his rare misplays.
like the final one, like personal things. That one maybe.
Oh no, that is beliefs. There's vice and traumas.
Oh sorry.
Yeah, so we're on number
oh sorry.
2, so-
Personal beliefs right now. So yeah, demon.
So probably like 2 for that one.
Yeah,
For beliefs drives
yeah,
heritage or background. And then vice or traumas.
No trouble. Is it? 'Cause it's trouble for vice traumas, right? Or you suffered.
Issues.
You struggled with issues. I don't think you really struggled with issues. No, you won big.
6 experience. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
A very good session. Mine is address the challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
Yeah.
Did a bit of that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Oh yeah, I guess he was really interested in.
Una was a lot because of the background and history you got, and the mirror of her. I guess
Yeah,
it's you.
exactly. Yeah, and there was obviously that at the end where I had to choose which one I wanted to.
I think one
inspect.
for that one.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what's from my experience.
and then struggle with issues, vice,
I
traumas,
think
obsession.
definitely one for this because for me the struggle you had the thing was the paranoia,
Yeah,
but also the struggle you could have just gone because you know when you're like it's a conspiracy goes all the way to the top
yeah,
because if you didn't care you'd be like I would just kill her.
yeah.
It's that like question.
Yeah. I guess that's more under beliefs. Like
Okay.
the issue with the vice was more me having to spend coin to find out about Merrick. Like, you know,
Yeah,
like,
definitely. That's definitely
the
one of them. Yeah,
inspectors,
100%.
so
That's definitely.
It's either like
One each?
One on each. Yeah. I think that's about it. As my family aren't around.
So torn about what's my experience into.
So what are you thinking though? Oh,
Well-
you got the crew as well.
I could either level up in prowess or level up in resolve.
I can level up in resolve and get the full
Full
bingo
full.
of dots.
Take a sway.
Well, I could
I'm
get
fucking suck.
like look at my resolve already. I just want to get that up to 3-3-3-3. That would be cool.
So resolve mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it? Is resolve? Oh no, resolve's commander stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all talky
Yeah.
ones.
Your willpower.
Because you've gone like everything. I've just gone resolve.
Willpower. Pure
Resolve.
willpower.
Resolve. But at the same time, I'm completely useless in non-social situations, as we've discovered tonight. So I'm thinking maybe...
To be honest, you rolled one dice really well tonight. I don't think you failed on one dice.
Yeah, you did really well. Yeah, look, you're taking no experience.
I was like, I feel good. Oh, look, a 6.
I know I'm going to do.
But I'm thinking I might take another point in prowl and start going and be a bit more
lurky, stealthy,
Yeah.
and talky. Yeah.
Because I can
get yourself
I can
into
lurk
position
and then talk myself out of the
Yeah,
situation.
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Man. I think that's cool.
I think I'm going to take another point in prowl. That is what I'm
Nice.
going to do.
I took all 4 experience.
Merrick's it's the subtle manipulator behind the scenes. Taking all 4 in what?
I took all 4 in playbook to get a new.
Nice.
Special
New
ability.
ability.
I'm going to go for analyst. So during downtime, I get to distribute 2 ticks amongst any long-term projects.
Oh no way! Holy fuck, that's amazing.
So I can sign off on
So
some
at
of these.
minimum, you do that, you get 3. Because if you get a 1 on it, then you got.
That's just
3
for the
ticks.
annoying ones. You know when you roll
Yeah.
above and you get 1 and you go.
Can we remove discovered?
Yeah, can we discovered.
I mean,
You can't add them to tainted, and you cannot add it no matter what you want to seduced by Leviathan something. You can't make
No, it's
Merrick
only-
seduced.
It's only project clocks that involve investigation or learning a new formula or design
Yeah.
plan. So it's any like blueprints. I'm guessing that's
You
investigation.
know what?
investigation.
To be fair, you could help him with the source of the tainted, because that's an
I
investigation.
suppose, yeah, it is.
I'm
I'm not
investigation.
telling you about that though, so you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know
it's
about
true.
But if
I
you
don't
did
know
know,
it's
if you
tainted,
did know,
so-
you could help.
Oh, if I find out it's tainted.
Hey Merrick,
That's too-
why
I
is
mean,
your,
you kind of know.
hey Merrick, why is your blood black and why are your eyes red?
I do know about that. Actually, yeah, that. I mean, how pronounced was the gliding?
I mean, you
Like,
were
was it
you were
supernatural?
you were struggling for
You
life
were in
and
the
death.
middle of it.
I know that's the thing. That's the thing. I think I need some more proof. Like if someone else happens to marry, then maybe I'll start
when you
digging
looked,
into
you
that.
thought he's not going to make it, and then he was there, and you're like, but you were struggling. You
Yeah,
know,
I was being I was fighting
Yeah.
basically.
You went like-
It's very much your mind might be playing tricks on you. Type
exactly how I see it. Yeah.
He was very stressed out as well.
But Merrick felt it. And
Yeah, you felt it. Yeah, you
And
felt like
he-
a glide.
decided to confront Harvale. We'll see what the ramifications of that was, but will be.
Because you've seen that thing, and you remember you had that heart drop moment of, I'm not going to make it, and then suddenly something in you gave, and
Okay.
And he was convinced it was Harvale.
Acquire product supply, execute clandestine covert sales, or secure new territory. We didn't do that. Did not do that. No, we didn't.
we did the territory that was given last session, wasn't it? For
Yeah,
those
yeah.
random vultures.
Yes. Contend with challenges above your current station.
Yeah, Spark Rights are hiding you.
With what?
Spark Rights are hiding you.
Oh, right, okay.
So what?
So one. Bolster crew's reputation or develop a new one. I don't really know who would have found out about it.
No, the
that.
stuff with Harvale was very, very much on the DL.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not really a reputation thing. Express the goals, drives, inner conflicts or essential nature of the crew. Again, I think there was big inner conflict.
Yeah, I think too.
Goals as well. Like, I think the fact that we've recognised that maybe we've been a bit brash in the last few sessions and
Yeah.
just sort of thought, maybe if we get all the information, there might be a better way of doing things. Basically.
Even like the Dead Have Highways, it's stuff like that, the nature of the crew. You know,
Yeah. I mean that
Yeah.
is a long term thing which we're trying to basically fulfill an agreement we've had before, which
Yeah.
is professional. It's like we had an agreement with the Leviathan hunting captain and we're just trying to Surox. So, what are you saying? 1 for that?
Yeah. Oh, I think 2 for that one.
2 for that
I
one.
think 2 for the nature
So-
of the crew. I thought we got a real sense of the crew.
3. So a 1.
I am looking forward to seeing how that paranoia is going to develop.
Yeah.
And
Don't do any weird shit in front of me.
Surox
I am going to do all the weird shit in front of you, my friend.
Are you going to be doing stuff like, hey, no, Thaddeus, no, there was something there before. You just
Yeah, just
and make him think he's going insane.
He's just going to start gaslighting.
Yeah, well.
Ghosting him.
I
You
feel
never
like
return anyone.
I feel like if this were a TV show, like it would be painfully obvious to the viewers that everything that Merrick's doing looks dodgy as shit, but Merrick just doesn't realise.
Yeah.
So I'm completely happy to play that role.
I mean, the only other interesting thing is there anything in Merrick's past? I guess this is something you'd have to think about that Thaddeus would be interested in, or at least
It is, especially with
throw
that private
flags.
investigator on my trail. I'm going to have to figure out something for that.
That's what I mean. So
We'll see.
opening avenue, you never know. But yeah,
So what do we get for the total for the crew?
Oh, sorry, we got 3 XP and we're 1 off crew advancement.
Well,
So
okay.
not crew advancement. Yeah. Hey, level up. Should be good. Oh, get silver tongues. Each PC may add 1+ action rating to comments.
The good stuff in high society.
The high society is becoming useful actually. Heat.
I'd quite like
We could also
mastery,
take.
but, you know.
We could take another crew. Oh, sorry, what was that?
I'd quite like mastery at some point because I'd like my 4-pointing consort, but you know.
Ghost market.
It takes a while to get there.
It takes 2 level ups.
2 level ups, yeah.
Oh my god, you make your guys hooks, make them +1 quality, so the elites would become elite, but they have an extra 4.
Yeah.
They roll 2 dice above whatever station you were.
Yeah.
And that also helps them if they get damaged or destroyed. Like if they take a wound, take wounds because they can be hurt. They still fight at high effectiveness.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, guys,
Cool.
enjoyed that.
It was fun.
Good.
I did like that score. We did a successful subterfuge. For once we've actually done something sneaky.
I was looking forward to using the other part of Cloak and Dagger. I'm sure I'll get to use that.
At some point, I thought you were going to pull it off. I honestly thought, oh, you're going to do it straight away, at that first bit.
Merrick had his boiler suit on in Velcro, so he ripped it off him,
covered in guns, knives, and bullets. Come on, then. Yeah. Awesome, guys. Good session, good story. Thank you for sticking with us. Hope you enjoyed the experience side. Always good to hang out at the end and have a little chat.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's everything, right, guys? As always, thank you for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the score. Thank you for your comments, your support, your follows, your tweets. It really does mean the world to us. And we will see you next week. Have a nice evening.
Bye bye.
Bye.